Mark Consuelos of Live conceals his face in amazement as Ripa makes sexual innuendo about him in front of a guest. Kelly, 52, and Mark interviewed the Amazing Race host Phil Keoghan on Tuesday's broadcast. A promo for the new season aired after Live returned from commercial. It mentioned the Express Pass, which allows a team to skip a task in order to get ahead. But they must instead eat a dish of fried insects. Phil went on to explain that he thinks Kelly and Mark, 52, would be great on the show and then went on to detail the tasks they would have to complete. Mark said that he could eat bugs, and Kelly agreed that she could too. Bugs I could eat. It's the other things like organs, testicles, that kind of thing, she said. I'm not big on that. Mark leaned forward and put his face in his hand, hiding his embarrassment. You hear that, Mark? Phil laughed. Mark put his hands up and waved away the topic. It's hard to imagine me eating any of that kind of stuff, Kelly continued. Phil said he was with her on that. Off the mark. This is certainly not the first time Kelly and Mark have made an NSFW remark on TV. And it probably won't be the last. On Monday's show, Mark made a wonky remark to a fan on Live TV. During Live's game show segment, Stump Mark, he had a slip of the lip, which created awkwardness on set. Live's trivia contest featured a contestant named Linda, who called in to participate in the game. The purpose of the game is for competitors to try and stump Mark from guessing which of the two given statements about the caller was correct. Has moved 25 times within the same city and I met Opera in Chattanooga were the options the fans gave. While he was pondering his response, he asked Linda why she moved so many times within the same city to help him choose his answer. Kelly inquired if all the relocations happened in New York City because, if so, it made sense. Linda clarified that she moved around a lot in Cleveland and Tennessee, confessing that her dad was a pipefitter who moved quite a bit when she was younger. Since the fan's voice sounded a little muffled over the phone, Mark had trouble understanding her, causing him to ask her a shocking follow-up question. Your dad was a pot dealer? He asked confused. With a laugh, Linda corrected, a pipefitter. Pipefitter got it. Because if your dad was a pot dealer, I would say that was true, Mark joked, trying to play off his mistake. Keep it clean. Last week, Kelly blurted out a risque question during the trivia game. She was warned to keep it clean. One called was a man named Terry, whose statements were I take an annual canoe fishing trip and my favorite hobby is ice fishing. Terry was prepared with an answer after the host asked him about the statements. Well, I like to ice fish. I've been doing it since I was a kid growing up in Michigan, and it's one of my favorite things now as a retired person. The caller went on, I have a little more time to do it, so I try to get out a little bit in the winter and enjoy ice fishing. Kelly followed up with, how deep is your hole? The whole audience and Terry erupted in laughter. He couldn't help but giggle as he warned, keep it clean, now. The caller then stated that he fished in water ranging from 10 to 30 feet deep, depending on the lake.